So,
and especially I'm sure that like once this whole thing is over, whoever wins those grand finals, and even like all 4 of these players, obviously the community, everyone talks to each other. And before those, especially before whatever next live finals there would be, I'm sure that all sorts of tips for managing all of the stress of the live gameplay would definitely spread around.
And then also just a nice break too. Oh, we got some Sonic names here. I see that TJ's coming up with the Eggman. And let's see, what do we got?
Oh,
We got Chai coming in. Looks to be Sonic.
is it Sonic the Hedgehog?
Appreciate the names here.
Sonic versus Eggman. This will be
traditional
a very
battle
interesting
here.
match. Yep.
And also teach to a Sonic 3D Blast Runner picking up the game a couple months ago, as a matter of fact.
I remember seeing that. That was really cool. I always love seeing the like drastically different games people decide to run.
All right, we are
So
underway.
this is
again.
our last Celeste race of the day. Chai versus Noble TGH. You know, we've kept mentioning just the name, but man, Noble really picked up a great speedrunner with TGH.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
I mean, it's whatever he puts his mind to. He just goes ham in. Like, he held the Genocide world record for a while with just a wild run.
And I believe he still has the Fez world records. Like, those have been uncontested for I don't know how long, but, you know, he's got a lot of runs under his belt. I think on the flip side, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Celeste is Chai's first speed game. Now that I say that, I think I'm wrong. I will do a quick check just to be certain, but you know,
I have to admit I have a little bit of trouble believing that, mainly just because like the more variety of speed games you run, the more you like kind of identify the ways to practice efficiently, the ways to improve efficiently, how to seek out strat information and such. Like there's a lot about the learning process itself that you learn. I know that's a very, very convoluted sentence. Ooh, Tej dashing right into a ceiling. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, Chai with some kind of strange movement bobbles earlier on. So Tej still with a mild lead, but Chaikitty very well cutting into that. A lot better of a city performance that we've seen so far, though. That's what I really want to see here.
and also I was completely wrong. Chai has also dabbled in Super Mario Sunshine.
Photos being taken of commentators, acting as if we're not only important for our voices.
But yeah, so Chai dabbled a little bit in Super Mario Sunshine and then a game called Hopico. I'm not sure what that is, but I see a lot of first places and second places there, so got a couple games under his belt as well.
So it looks like he hasn't quite like hit other speed games as hard as Tej has, but he has certainly had that little bit of experience here and there. Okay, and so he's moving right along an old site. Chai just behind. And of course, one last time, well, maybe a couple more times, but since this is probably my favorite track in the game, gotta mention we've got those Celeste vinyls, cassettes, and the Steam codes for giveaway to GSA subscribers. So go ahead and sub to the twitch.tv/speedrun channel, and in addition to getting those giveaway chances, you will also receive access to all of our wonderful emotes, including GSA S, GSA Hands, GSA Fire, GSA GG. I think there's even a GSA High as well. It's really nice. And of course, as we've said a few times, for every sub or 500-bit donation, we will be putting $2 into the prize pool for our tournaments. So, like I've said a few times, win-win-win. You enter into a giveaway, get some emotes, and donate to the prize pool. So, or rather, we donate to the prize pool in commemoration of your donation. That's
actually, I am looking into, just peeking into the chat real quick, and I see that we actually did get a sub from Paul DSSB, so thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you so much for those subs.
I'm actually seeing a lot of familiar names too, so it's really great. I'm seeing a lot of the Celeste runners popping in the chat and supporting all of the runners here.
It's always really, really awesome to see that support.
Oh, definitely.
So, Both
In
these
fact, I
guys
was-
now in the awake section, working their way nice
Teach
and handily through.
already out. Chai not too far behind.
So 3-second difference. Okay, not bad of a position for Chai at all going into Chapter 3.
So yeah, again, folks, the timer that we have is in the top left-hand corner. What we would used to do, or what we would do during the league, is we'd actually have that shown near the runners' names as well. But since you have a very clear view of that, that's what we're ideally looking at. So again, it's that big number in the top left-hand corner. It's not like the Mario 64 or Odyssey where they use RTA. And again, this is one of the things that, you know, Matt and company just really put in, and it really shows how much they appreciate speedrunning and how much they enjoy it themselves by adding in all of these quality of life features for people that are looking to speedrun the game. And I feel like it's just setting the standard and just moving forward. I mean, like, you have like the Messenger 2. I mean, I don't know if I can't remember if the in-game timer is shown or not, but I think a lot more games are moving towards having IGT set up so we can have that up and running.
Yeah, and that'll always be really, really awesome to see, especially in some games where, like, you have a little bit of variability. And, like, for instance, Sonic the Hedgehog is a great example. If you tried timing at RTA, there would be numerous points where you'd actually save time by waiting to finish the level so you don't get as many points. And so it's really great to have IGT for even stuff like, imagine how brutal Bub's drop fails would be in RTA.
Oh.
Jeez.
Including that map time and all that, yeah, no thank you.
And of course, you couldn't even take a break in the menuing. That would just be so rough.
Alright, so now we are in huge mess. It's a few screen difference between both of the runners right now.
Okay, so both of
Actually,
them...
to go back to the music. Sorry, I got caught up in the music. Again, one of the things that I do like about Chapter 3 is the progression. I mean, every time that they hit these things, the soundtrack just gets more and more chaotic as we move forward. And again, it's partly due to the fact that, like, you know, Oshiro's anxiety to get Madeline to stay in the hotel just keeps building. And so, like, while, yes, Madeline agreed to help, at the same time, it's not really helping Oshiro at all. Because he's just getting more self-conscious about it, where, like, it's supposed to be a kind gesture to help him out, and in reality it's like, oh, I'm actually hindering this because I'm making my tenant clean the place up. And also funny too, because, like, Madeline, not one time does Madeline agree that she's, like, going to stay at this hotel. She's just like, how do I get around this place so I can continue to move? And Oshiro's like, oh, you're a great customer, you're gonna stay here. And she's like, no, I want to get out of here.
It's like, I think he offhandedly mentions at some point the, like, balcony off of the presidential suite or something like that.
Yeah,
but-
and then she's like, can I get to the roof from here? Like, can I leave?
Right.
He's like, well, why would you want to leave when you're staying at the wonderful Celestial Resort?
Hey, Tej with the checkpoint.
Oh, missing that demo. Going to give Chai an opportunity to catch up here.
I think that's the first time I've actually seen... Oh, wow. What a precise eye there. Did you see that just minute adjustment before actually trying to jump and ended up working flawlessly because of it? I think he literally dropped down by like 1 pixel and then immediately did the jump.
All right, Chai getting the task cycle here. It's going to gain a little
Really
bit of
nice.
time. Now, Tej in the Oshiro fight yet again. Messing this room up again. He's going to be on that death cycle, and it's not a fun one. But able to recover very nicely. Chai going for the more traditional strat. And also interesting too, I know runners used to wall bounce leading into this room. Maybe Chai's going to go for it. But I see that most of them are opting not to do that. So I don't know if they found a faster way or what. But Tej first in the final screen. Getting ready and set here. Chai now also in the final screen as well. We get this corner boost set up. Nicely done. 426 on Tej's side for Resort. coming in at a 7:53. And Chai just under 8 minutes with a 7:59. So again, we're still in the same ebb and flow. I've got a couple seconds difference between both of the runners. And Chai is just trying his best to just stay on pace, and T's just not giving him the opportunity to get a chance to pull ahead. I mean, like, even thinking about it now, I'm trying to think like what screen in Golden Ridge could Chai have that opportunity. The only thing I could really think of is the auto scroller. And to go in further detail on that, like if Teach somehow gets a corner bop there, and like he has been getting a lot of those too, so it's not out of the question.
Archie.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, you're exactly right there. I mean, Teach needs to go ahead and get this first try. Even if he opts for a little bit of safety, Chai could certainly make up considerable time over that.
All right, so now Teach in the auto scroller room. Again, Chai about 2 screens behind. And he's going to get it. Again, just putting the pressure on Chai, not letting up, getting him any opportunity.
Very nice from Chai as well. Okay. Let's see how they handle the last bits of Golden Ridge here.
All right, here you got this reverse hyper there. Teach is going to get that strat. Now, Chai does not go for this, so it's actually going to make the lead a little bit further for Teach. Let's keep on going here. So,
Teach with the very rapid crouching.
Just taking a little breather. She's, she just had her energy drink. She's getting souped up, ready to rock.
I mean, keep in mind, he was doing that with his thumb on the D-pad. That
is a lot. Yeah, those are all every bounce individual press. So that's a lot of button presses in a short amount of time.
Yeah, the ability to rapidly mash buttons, especially with your thumbs rather than having to use your finger and jitter click, is really undervalued, I feel like.
I think they have like a little mini game toy that you can buy for that, where like they try to keep track of how many presses you can do in like 10 seconds or something.
Oh, wow. Huh.
All right, Teach in Cliff. Oh, goodness. I was about to say in Cliff Face, but not getting the ultra there, so it's going to give Chai a little bit of time. Thankfully, Teach had his button on the grab, because he could have easily bounced off and jumped away from that wall, and that could have more than likely ended up in a death there. But Teach going to clock in at a 240.
Very nice.
And Chai not too far behind. Actually, Chai coming in at a 239. So, again,
saving
a small amount of time.
Just barely chipping away at that lead.
All right, so here we go. 5A and 5B on deck.
See how they can manage these two stages. Pretty tricky movement throughout.
And Teach has also been going for this fast cycle here, coming into the first room with the saw blades. Are they saw blades? I don't even know. Shurikens? I don't know.
I forget what they're called, but there's a similar type of enemy in Legend of Zelda.
Oh, I call those guys annoying. Because I hated dealing with them, especially when, like, as a kid, the first time you encounter them, because you walk into the room and they're right there, and it's just immediately, shoo, and you're just like, what? How do I deal with that?
Okay. Ooh, what on earth happened to Tej there? Just not even a yin, just a straight int.
Oh, Chai with the same thing. Just the worst case scenario, having to go back down and use that dash block.
What a rough way to lose time there. Really unfortunate. I'm so sorry, everyone, that we weren't able to show off any sort of yeet or even a yeet on this last race. We may as well just pack it up and go home.
Yeah.
The race is canceled.
I know Teach getting through the clock room here, able to save those some frames. Chai hot on his tail. Teach is going to get this tape grab at a 1:15. And Chai looking to be about the same. Oh, 1 second off, 1:16. So, but again, we got 5B. We got Bub's drop coming up. And again, every runner has messed this up at least one time. So it is possible that this could happen. just have to wait and see. I know all the runners actually, they've been feverishly practicing this too, so. All right, so Teach getting up to bat here, ready to tee off. Throw a little golf terms in there, and he's gonna nail it first try.
Nice, nice. Chai needs to match this if he wants to keep this same close deficit.
And he's gonna get it too.
Very
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, okay.
Chaikitty going so hard that
Coming
he
in
ended
with
up
the
pulling
equalizer.
Yep. Pulling out the audio menu.
All right, so now we're just gonna keep on moving here. But yeah, it's still very close race here, very even pace between the two of them. You know, it's just the opportunities that Chai is going to need to have Teach, like, you know, to get that ability to catch up are running thinner and thinner.
Yes, but he does have, I would say, the best chance right now, though.
Yes.
Certainly better than the previous races that he's been in so far, anyway.
I'm not sure if Chai goes for the wall bounce strat here, but that's going to be definitely one of them. But then Teach will answer back with the cycle skip coming up here in this screen right here.
Yeah, and he's so reliable at it. It's pretty wild.
Very consistent.
Even with that very, very obvious commentator's curse, just no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, and like, I mean, you can see the difference right here. Like, he's going to extend that lead just a little further. Oh, but now leaving Theo behind. Hello, Madeline, you forgot your luggage.
And it's the first time that I actually was able to see the full text of featuring Mixmaster Theo. You normally just get to see feet. It's kind of like the meme. If you've ever seen Battle for Bikini Bottom Hundo runs, there's a part that we call "So That," because Mr. Krabs tries to tell you something that starts with "So that's," and that's "So that" is all he's able to get through. So that.
We actually have one with Tekken 5 from one of our friends. Like, Marduk is supposed to say, "Get your cameras ready," but during the intros, you can just like mash the start button. And for whatever reason, it just says, "Get your cam," and it's just instantly cut off. And my friends and I, we just found it so hilarious when we'd see it. So we just would say it every time. So now both runners out of Temple, heading into Reflection here. I think it's getting pretty close. We got Tej at 14:26. This is carrying Theo. Chai 3 seconds behind. So
Yeah,
again,
that
it's
is
just like
really
clawing
close.
away at it and getting so much closer. I mean, we have Lake Skip. That's an opportunity there too. Teach is gonna get it first try.
Very, very nice.
Chai now setting up.
Oh!
Just not out far enough. Gonna take a death there. He's gonna get it as well.
Very nice. Crowd hyped for Lake Skip.
Yeah, crowd getting hyped for that.
Okay, Kevin Block riding right up.
All right. Oh, what happened there?
And Chai with the interesting mistake there.
All right, so now we got the hollows coming up here. Oh, Teach having a little bit of hang up there, not getting the clearance needed. And missing his hyper there too.
He's playing generally messy for the moment, but he's the type of guy that once he has that like little bit of pattern of playing badly, he's able for the most part to like reverse it relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Beautiful movement so far.
All right, Teach going top route here. So far, this room has been a non-factor this whole live event. There are some mishaps that happened during the league itself, but it's like everybody has kind of squandered away what needs to be done in that room. Oh, as I say that, Chai running into a little bit of mishap there.
Yeah, Chai unfortunately was holding Tej very, very close, but due to these just
Yeah, we're
little
seeing
bobbles here and there. We keep seeing them just increase.
Oh, speaking
like
of
stuff
which,
like this.
Yeah. Oh no. Able to recover though, but and now Tej actually taking a death here in Ravine. It's the third game. Hijinks and nonsense is happening.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's not super surprising that after 3 races on stages like this, it's very easy for the players to get at least a tad exhausted.
Definitely.
So, Cheese was talking about after his Mario race yesterday, just 170-star race just had him completely kaput. Nice battle and boost. We got some real hype from the chat, from the chat too, I'm sure, but also from the crowd.
Oh, it's a bunch of the Celeste guys. Okay, we got a standing ovation here.
There we go.
A few members from the Celeste community and fellow commentator, Troy of Athens. I see you.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Shout outs to Troy, that wonderful stats coordinator for Celeste.
Oh, yes. All right, so we are knee-deep in these battling battles? Can we call it that?
Yep, something like that.
Can we make that a thing? I'm still waiting for the band to form and just to be called the Battle-ins. I'm still waiting for that.
Now, crowd, if you really want to be hype, you should yell hit every time. Oh, man, how did Teach take that death there?
He bonked into the wall, and Battle-in just had her sights locked on and just took him out.
Just really unfortunate timing.
That's a lucky, or an opportunity for Chai, I should say. So we'll see here. And again, some more mishaps here. Oh no. Yeah, having to change the strat
dodge.
there.
The improvisation is certainly real today.
And that room in particular, you do not want to die in there because the death cycle, quote unquote, because we have the bumper in play, it's just really bad. It's very easy to lose a lot of time in there.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
Maybe, yeah, looking at this, I mean, this is pretty darn close. Let me see. T's going to jump in this room at 1907. Chai jumping into that room at 1908. So we have about a second difference between the two runners here as we're moving into the second round of Battle-in.
Now, this is where things can get really brutal. You just don't want to take a death here.
Yeah.
These rooms get really, really long, and taking a death towards the end is going to cost you upwards of 10, 15 seconds. Easy.
And most likely this room that Teach is about to enter here, this first descent. And now Chai also entering that room as well. He's going to get this reverse hyper. And then off the bumper. All right, good. Still not out of the woods yet. He's got one more. So far, so good. We're going to look at this fast cycle there. Chai also on it as well.
Nice.
Ooh, barely getting that feather. All right, Chai is out as well. And then she's leveling up.
Okay, Tej with the second sub-20 reflection of this set. So this combined with that summit time from the last race would result in his best time by, it'd actually be a 28.0x, I think. Wait, I'm sorry, commentator completely forgetting when the timer stops in reflection.
But look at this, look at this.
Like
1 second difference between the two of these runners here.
2018,
Chai ready to
let's go. A summit race, folks.
Yeah, here we go. 1 second difference.
This
8
is
minutes.
for that last point for Chaikitty. Chaikitty is not just fighting for himself right now. If he takes this point from Tej, that opens up a lot of possibilities for how exactly the grand finals can be structured.
Absolutely.
So ultimately, he's really fighting to make it that much more difficult for Tej to have it totally under lock.
And just look at the concentration on both their faces as they're running through this first opening of the summit. Just steel
Laser
nerves.
focused.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything that could distract them right now.
Wow, look at those dashes from Tej. Super precise movement. And seeing about the
Teach
same
coming
from
in
Chai.
at 21 minutes here. It looks like it's getting a little bit here. About a second and a half now. So again, a second and a half, a death will just even them up. I think the big one we're going to... Oh, Teach missing the coin. We have to go back for it.
Yeah, that could actually... Okay, let's see. The screen transition happened midway through 21.
So this screen right here Teach is on is going to be big.
Yep, so Chai is... They're dead even right now, according to IGT.
Chai's going to go for this Ultra Strat too. He has to. He's nailing it as well.
Wow, okay.
Whew. All right, so we still got one more. We got to get this jump here to get that. Teach is going to grab that as well. Going to get the wall bounce too. Nice. Chai also getting that. He's going to get this wall bounce to stay on pace. He's going to nail it too.
Yep, and we've gotten ourselves...
All right, we are going in. 1,000, you know, the hypers out of these dream blocks is going to be very important. I don't know if anybody has any different strats or quicker strats. Like, I know Flad is able to... I've seen him ultra out of some of those in a few situations, but so far, everything looking really solid from both runners.
Yeah, jeez, the movement is just wild right now.
Oh, Teach dashing twice there. Hello. But didn't lose too much time.
Yeah, and in case you're having trouble exactly like recognizing these Galaxy Hypers, anytime Madeline leaves the Dream Block and her hair is red, that means that as soon as they exited the Dream Block, they did the Hyper. So, but
All right,
let's see when Torch
get there. At
not Torch. Let's see when Teach gets the.
All right, Teach is coming out at 22:32. Chai getting out at 22:32, folks.
Still
oh my
synchronized
God.
going into 1500. Okay.
All right, this is a big one too. We got those 2 long rooms.
Things getting super real right now.
All right, first long room here getting set up. Not seeing any drama or mishaps so far. So good.
Beautiful
wall
movement
bounce
in
there.
Hypers. See if Chai can totally.
Oh,
match.
corner bop. Oh, with the save. Let's go. Oh no, he's off. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, he's gonna have to adjust. Nice adjustment. It's gonna give Chai the opportunity to catch up a little bit though. Taking that top route. All right, now we're in the battle and alley-oop section here.
Chai is actually in the lead by about a second, according to IGT.
Okay.
Let's see when exactly.
Teach is going to exit out of 1500 here at
29.
29.
And
and
Chai going to be at 27.
27.
Late 27. Okay. We're in 2,000 meters. Chai with a 1 second lead. This is.
We definitely know what's going to be coming up here. It's going to be auto scroll skip. Like,
yeah, you have to.
You both runners have to go for this. Like you could risk it and play it safe, but I don't think that'd be a smart play. You're gonna have to just
Not
go
at
for
all.
it.
You would lose enough time that you
And Teach
really
is
have to.
immediately getting ready.
Yep. Okay. Oh wow, the
He's
instant.
gonna get it.
Okay, it's
Putting the
good
pressure
for
on
Chai.
Chai
Chai.
gonna have to make some adjustments.
Okay, come on. He's got the first half. It's
Woo,
good.
nice. There we
Both of
go.
them with the auto scroller skip.
Oh man, but
Chai
there
maybe
wasn't-
losing a second or two, but it is still neck and neck at the moment, going into 2,500.
Just not letting up, putting pressure on both runners. Each of them is like, look, I'm keeping pace with you. Can you keep pace with me?
Both of them just forcing each other to play absolutely on the bleeding edge.
All right, let's see if TJ can get this demo dash here. He's gonna get it. Chai getting set up for that as well. All right, now here's the big one too. As we go into 2,500, first of all, Teach clocking in at a 24:45. Chai coming in, looks like maybe 24:47.
46, so one
So 1
second
second.
behind now. We do have a lead change, but
Oh,
Yeah,
Chai
Teach with the-
forcing Teach to go for the ultra strat there. Okay, that's the first time he's done it in the live event. I know he
man,
doesn't
this
like
is
it. He's
wild so far.
Chai
Chai
just making the
with
moves
that-
here. All right, we got the key skip. And it is good. Chai getting that movement there as well. And we're heading into thread the needle and door skip. Thread the needle more so than door skip.
Yeah, let's see how that ends up.
Yeah, we are on the edge of the seats here, folks. All right, thread the needle on Teach's screen. He's
Okay,
gonna
it's
nail
good.
it.
And door skip one.
First door skip. Second one there. We got it. Hey. Chai also threading the needle.
Single door. Double
Nice.
door. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's see when is Teach going to hit that battling orb at the top.
All right, he's going to get his dash back. He's going to get it.
51. And for Chai, that is going to be a
All right, let's get this touchdown here. Touching down at
53.
25:57.
2 seconds apart. going into the actual flag section. 2 seconds.
Oh, people are getting super hype over here too. All right, Tej on flag number 28. This is very important. This needs to, both runners have to play this super clean. All right, Chai answering back.
Wow, just ridiculous
Through.
movement
Nice.
from both sides.
All right, now going into flag number 20. Now this one is a little tricky. Tej is up first. Having the reset.
Okay, that could very well be tying it up right there.
No,
Oh,
Chai
Chai
taking
with
the death.
the death.
I think it's going to be about even now.
I think Chai with a
26.
mild deficit, but nowhere, like it's less than 5 seconds.
It's about 2 seconds. Both like Tej touchdown at 47 and Chai was at 49. But we are moving into flag numbers 14 and 13. A death here will force a lead change. Tej playing super tough. And Chai just right on his tail. Going to these last, I forgot. I'm so caught up. I forgot the name of it, folks. I'm sorry.
Block coins.
Thank you. All right, now we're going to flag number 11. This is a huge one too because we're going to skip flag 10 and 9. Tej skipping flag number 10. Skipping flag 9 as well. Wow, Chai
here
making
comes the
Tej
risk.
take these risks.
And flag 7, okay, so he's good there. Chai also taking the risk. And
Just
it's good,
not
okay.
letting up. Holy cow.
Less than 10 flags and only seconds separating these two. Can Chai
Holy
take this
cow.
game off of Tej?
Right, we are moving into the home stretch. This is far from over, folks. I've seen lead changes happen on these last couple of flags, most notably 4 and 3. Tej on flag number 3. Chai right behind him. Getting down the knee, taking number 2, getting the checkpoint just to be safe. And then flag 1 is going to come. Is this going to come down to flag 1 movement overall? Oh my gosh. All right, here we go.
Oh, Chai missing checkpoint 2, going back for it, wasting a little bit of time, not actually even getting the checkpoint though.
Tej is coming up here. He's
They-
going to finish that at
28-34,
28-34.
and
Chai not far
with
behind.
Yeah, it's
But
going to be
Chai's-
in the 30s.
Wow, Chai clocking
A
in at 28-38.
4
Go.
seconds off.
Impressive. Run
Not a
for both
win,
runners.
but
Wow.
man, oh man, what a rush anyway.
Jeez. Well, I can take a moment to breathe now that
Yeah,
that is over
okay.
with. Like, oh man.
Everyone,
They're just-
inhale, exhale.
There we go.
Just remember to breathe, everyone. Jeez.
God, that was explosive.
Absolute GG. If the chat isn't exploding with GGs right now, I don't know what's going on.
Tej with the thumbs
Oh,
up.
man.
My goodness.
What?
That was a great
What?
finish to day 2 for Celeste. Couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, it all happened so fast, and I was just so caught up to it. I can't even remember anything now.
Right.
It's just like, what just happened?
Just back and forth, just action, action, action.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
it's,
was fantastic. Just
what a way to end Celeste for the day. And I mean, yeah,
definitely agree.
great set of races. So we have now, of course, TGH with 8 points. So
Yep.
will be solidifying his lead and has secured that spot in the grand finals. Now, going down the list is where things start getting really interesting because M Sushi with 4 points,
Yep.
Vlad with 3, and Chaikitty with 1. Depending on the results of their matches tomorrow, could certainly
Start switching some things around. I mean, ideally speaking, M Sushi would need to, if he wins at least, well, okay.
So M Sushi, if he wins 2 against Chaikitty, he's in those grands with 7 points because, well, actually, how
Yeah.
would the tiebreaker between him and Vlad work? Because if Vlad managed to take 3 off of Tej, then that would also put him at 7 points.
I believe because Sushi beat Vlad in the heads up that it would go that way. I'd have to double check on that.
So I mean, certain, and it's really interesting because Vlad is the one that really has his work cut out for him due to that 3-0. I mean, taking 3 games off someone like Cheech, that is no easy feat whatsoever.
But if there's anybody that can do that, it's definitely flat.
Oh yeah.
Like I said,
and I mean, Chaikitty also is in a position to really royally mess up.
that is
Sushi.
true. And I mean, if we
As we
look
just
back-
saw right here,
if we-
it's 28-38 against Tej. Like,
yeah, just woof. But like the story from Flad and TGH, Speed Gaming, Flad knocked Tej into losers, and also took world record in that set. And then in the grand finals of that too, he ended up taking that whole set as well. So he has been around this rodeo before, and it's very likely. I mean, if you're looking at it on paper from a stats wise, it's clear who's going to come out a victor for that. But anything can happen. I don't know. I'm speechless right now.
I mean, this is definitive proof. Two
Yeah.
people that, granted, we've talked before about Chaikitty's average being a bit inflated by those earlier races, but for someone that is stats-wise so far off of Tej and is still managing to come within 4 seconds.
4 seconds, definitely. And then also Sushi too. I mean, both of them, both Sushi and Chai, going toe-to-toe with Tej, being a second apart, going into Summit. Like, everybody's here just ready to play, and it's
Oh, yeah.
so good. I had to lean back for that one.
Well, yeah, of course. And we do have Tej attempting to join the interview.
Join
but,
the interview section here.
Finding a little bit of issues finding a chair. Let's go ahead and get the chair scooted over just a
Squared
bit.
away.
And have the headset ready.
Woo.
We've
All
got
right.
him coming in right now.
Let's move this stuff out of the way. All right, so we are joined with Noble TGH. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. The mic is on, right? Just making
Yep.
sure. Okay, cool.
So congrats on your victory in locking in your spot for the grand finals for tomorrow.
Does that do it? Does
I
that
think so. 8.8.
mathematically? Okay.
Mathematically, you
All
are
right.
set.
Awesome.
So congratulations to that. How are you feeling after that very close race against you and Chaikitty right there?
More comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah. It was definitely, like I mentioned yesterday about that adjustment period, and I feel like I've more or less like turned the bend and
Nice.
and gotten myself acclimated like successfully. So.
And I mean, certainly you've definitely demonstrated you're able to play super well under pressure. Like being seconds apart. What was going through your head during that? How were you able to maintain your composure and play so consistently still?
Again, I mentioned.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Okay, we just
until
heard-
somebody
Maybe some
And
tech.
tell somebody
could,
says
could
they
someone in the
can't
back
hear me, then I'll
compare that?
check,
Yeah, for whatever
Yeah,
reason,
check
Tej
the
isn't-
chat, see if I'm muted. Streamer, your mic is muted.
All right, I think
Yeah,
you might
okay.
be set.
Okay,
Okay.
chat
No,
chat
you're
seems to
good.
be able to hear.
You're
All
good.
right.
We received word from the back, so
In that case, hello. But yeah, I mentioned yesterday about how I felt I mentioned yesterday about distractions and how you can't let them phase you. I felt like I did a really good job. I knew exactly where we were, but I did adjust some strategies. Like you guys might have noticed, I did
we
the
did.
auto
We did.
scroller skip in
We definitely
2000.
noticed
I
that.
did.
I definitely
I did
noticed
one
that.
of the corner boosts in 2500, and so on and so forth. And decided, hey, why not? You know what? I'm in a good position anyway. I might as well play aggressively for the end here and see how well I can do under pressure. And that was more or less a test for myself.
And I feel it's a good strat too. I mean, for example, the corner boost in 2500 on that first screen. When you went for that and you got it, you're basically putting pressure on Chai or your other opponent. Like, look, you're gonna have to keep up and you have to follow me on these strats. And I think it's a very good move. I mean, we've seen you went straight for auto scroller skip as well, and then 2500. Because I know in some of the races we've seen runners kind of back off and play a little safer, especially if they have a nice little lead. But it's exciting to see when it's that close that the person that's going there first is just putting that pressure on them. I'm going for this. So if you want to keep up, you have to go for it too.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
Definitely led to a very exciting conclusion to the day. I guess another question: you were practicing very hard, practicing last night, practicing a little bit this morning. Are you gonna follow that regimen as you move into day 3, or are you gonna take a little bit of a break a little bit of breather?
It's hard to say. Again, like, I mean, I guess it just depends on how I feel. Like, like whether or not I want to play the game, basically, whether or not I want to practice. I feel like I'm in a good spot right now, like, just mentally and with the game. So, but yeah, like, I actually didn't practice last night. I did some, like, I fool around with Vlad's keyboard.
That's right.
I played cross-handed on Vlad's keyboard. And I practiced quite a bit, like, before the races, though. Like, I did a couple runs, and then like for maybe like once the races started between Vlad and Sushi, I didn't play at all.
Okay.
So I just like let my hands rest. But that's the main thing, is like I need to, like, this game is really hard on your hands. No matter what you do, controller, keyboard, it's really hard to keep your hands feeling okay.
Yep.
And that's my main priority right now.
Of course. Now, speaking of Vlad, got that matchup tomorrow, that extensive history between y'all in those races.
Looking forward to it.
What are you?
Sure.
Were you kind of? Are you nervous at all, or are you like? What are you thinking that you're going to try to bring to the table most to make sure that will swing in your favor this time?
Well, I think if you're not nervous on that stage in any given situation, you might not have a pulse. So, I mean, no matter what it is, it's going to be nerve-wracking no matter what. So, the main challenge is going to be like conserving those nerves and keeping them in check.
Now, I know that you and Philadelphia did a little bit of practice races the weekend prior, and it went 2-2, if I'm not mistaken.
Like a little set of practice races we had before we left. Yeah, for sure.
Is that something that we can be looking forward to?
Oh,
like
it's definitely something to look forward to. But it's different here. Oh, yeah. Like, like back home in the comfort of our own homes, it's one thing. And here, under the pressure and the atmosphere, it's totally different. Oh, yeah. And it's going to be a game of just who's able to calm their nerves more and execute under that pressure.
All right, cool. Well, you have any shout-outs or anything before we wrap this one up?
Shout-outs. Shout-outs to Archie.
I
felt bad because I obviously we don't have mics while we race, and I didn't shout out yesterday. So shout-outs to Archie.
Well, all right, definitely good stuff. One last little thing about so we asked Sushi this earlier, but I wanted to kind of get your take on it too. How do you prevent big mistakes from snowballing? Because you've seen
big mistakes from what? I'm sorry.
Snowballing, like just really, how are you able to reset your mentality middle of the run after you've made a couple of really bad errors to really carry on cleanly again?
I think it's really important to. Now I hear my voice. Okay. I think it's really important to notice when your focus is like starting to falter. Like, for instance, in that last race, I noticed that I might not have been focusing on the right things in my gameplay, and I made a lot of mistakes because of it. Mm-hmm. Made sure to make an adjustment for the next chapter, and even the very end of chapter 6 as well. It's so hard to stay 100% focused all the way through the run, especially up on stage and everything. But I feel like I do a really good job of keeping that monitored, of keeping saying to myself like, okay, I'm losing focus. I need to get it back. I need to reset myself and take it back and get to the next chapter and get my focus back. So.
Great stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for the interview.
Oh, of course. One last, of course, slightly off topic. We've been talking all the time during this run about the music. What is your favorite track from the OST? Either B-side or original?
It's hard to beat the A-side tracks, and as much as I love the B-side tracks, my favorite track is probably Quiet and Falling, Chapter 5A.
Oh, I can definitely see that.
As for B-side, for me, this is just a stylistic choice. It's just my taste in music, but 4B. Absolutely.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, we were talking about that before.
I already knew that answer.
Oh yeah, you knew that.
We have talked about how much. Yeah, we always talk about how great 4B is.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. Yeah. Like the soundtrack is what makes 4B not so infuriating casually.
Yeah. That's true. That's
very true.
Like it's man.
Like if 4B was able to be the soundtrack in 4A, I probably would practice that a lot more. It's just be like, I can deal with this. But it is a fantastic soundtrack. And again, to the folks out there, if you subscribe to Speedrun, we are giving away Celeste soundtracks on cassette, vinyl, and Celeste Steam keys.
Yep.
So everybody that is subscribed will have a chance to win. And of course, every subscription that we get during the PACE event, $2 from Speedrun, or I missed
Yeah.
that.
So
Go
for
ahead, go ahead.
every sub and for every 500-bit donation, we will be adding $2 to the prize pool.
There you go.
And so yeah, really cool stuff. And thanks so much for the interview.
No problem.
And GG's again. I mean,
Thanks.
2 3-0 sweeps, really stellar gameplay. I mean, yeah, of course, like getting a 28-14 or something like that in that first run.
I think the first one, yeah, was
Like
that.
that's just wild, man.
I think just those times just serve as kind of a testament to like how much more comfortable it felt up there.
Oh yeah.
Today as opposed to yesterday. So.
Well, good stuff. Good stuff. Hoping that goes into tomorrow. Even I'd love to see a 27 at some point. It'd be a tall
It's gonna
order,
be
I'm
hard.
sure, but
27 is hard. Like,
Oh,
like,
no doubt.
It's hard enough without all this going on.
Yeah.
oh
So,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's up there probably towards the same level, if not on the same level as like sub hour and 115 in MM and all this other just really wild milestone stuff.
It might be close, yeah. Although, like, I mean, I've never speedrun Odyssey, so
Yeah, fair,
I don't know.
fair.
It's-
Well, thanks so much, and don't go anywhere, guys. Speaking of Odyssey, we are going to be having our Odyssey races next. I'm not sure which race is going to be first.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I know it's Nicroveda versus Lil Curbs for one of those races and Chaos versus Stravos for the other. Both going to be superb races. Nicro was actually talking last night about how one of the things he's noticed is Lil Curbs has been a kind of like has off days and on days, like cyclic almost. And him getting a 102 yesterday, Nicro was certainly feeling like today was going to be an on day for Lil Curbs. And their PBs are identical. Except Lil Curbs got his 59.59 in a GSA race. So
Oh wow!
we're gonna have a pretty nice race whenever that one comes up.
All right, so I do have the schedule on, and it looks like it's going to be Chaos Pringle versus Stravos 96.
Yeah, that'll be the first race. So that'll be an amazing one too. Chaos pulling out a 100.23, I believe, in that first race, and Stravos with that Nicro Bop in his first race. So good stuff all around, and those will be commentated by The Dangers and LimCube,
Yep.
just both legends. So stick around for that, and in case you can't, we're so glad that you came around for these Celeste races, and we'll see you around. Catch you after the intermission.